Okay, John, at Leeds how often you were there and actually how often Leeds failed. And there was a thing for a while that, and I think you believe it maybe yourself, that your team, and it was a great team with great players, many great players in it, didn't win as many titles as you should have. So you can understand what the Liverpool and Man City players, but particularly Liverpool players and Klopp, are feeling right now.
Yeah, I think there's more pressure on the Liverpool players now. I mean, when you look at the history of it, they were a really, really top team and dominated for years and years, and it's 29 years since they won it. When I was at Leeds had never won it before.
Yeah.
They didn't go. There wasn't the same pressure that, you haven't won it for 10 years or 12 years. Never won anything before. So that type of pressure wasn't on the Leeds players. It has its own type of pressure, obviously. I mean, the first time we won the league in '69, we had to go to the second last match of the season, actually at Liverpool.
Right.
And we had a record number of points at the time to get a draw. And it was only second last match of the season. And we got the draw to win it. But we didn't have the pressure of the history of the club. In fact, like everything that we won at Leeds was for the first time.
Yes.
And obviously that type of pressure wasn't there. There was pressure, Eamon. There has to be pressure going into the big matches, and you have to handle and you have to go on and win it. But pressure is part of the game, and if you're not going to handle that, then you're not going to win anything. So
and the circumstances with the Brendan Rodgers team when Steven Gerrard slipped, and that was a kind of cruel, kind of twist of fate. But to go back to Leeds, I mean, would you agree that you probably should have won more than you won in terms of the league?
Well, I'll explain it to you as best I can. I mean, when I was at Leeds, we were in the running for everything for 10 or 12 years.
Yeah.
Right? Now, and I'll give you a little bit of history on it. When we got promotion, we ran Manchester United to the league, and we were beaten in extra time in our first year in the first division by the first great Liverpool team. Right. Now, that was huge success because most teams had struggled when they went in. So we had a name for a few years getting runners up. But I'll just give you a little bit of history. From 68 to 74, we won more trophies than anybody else.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
We won the league twice, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Fairs Cup twice in that particular time. That's a lot of trophies.
Yeah.
When you say the great Manchester City team of the time.
Yeah.
We won 2 or 3 more titles than Manchester City at that time.
And it's funny but because you were in contention for everything, you get the reputation of being maybe not able to finish the job off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at that particular time, I think Liverpool, for example, won the league, I think, in '66. They didn't win another trophy till '73.
Right.
I mean, they had a 7-year gap before winning a trophy. That's when we came on to our best at that particular. Manchester United faded away after '68.
Yep.
So we won more trophies than anybody else. Of course, we were in more trophies that we could have won at that particular time.
Yeah, but John, can I interrupt there and say to you, the experience that side had and of being in contention all the time and also being winners all the time, it does help you get across the line going forward, doesn't it? And this Liverpool side has to break that barrier.
Yes.
They haven't got there yet, have they?
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying, Liam. I think the history of Liverpool, we didn't have the pressure of the history of with not winning a trophy.
No, but forget about the history, John. I'm talking about the players on the field having that experience of being winners before. Yeah. There's not many in there have that.
No, it's difficult for them. But we were talking about the subject was the fans having the pressure, Liam, of not having won it. Of course they have to do it. Every team has to do it. I mean, we won the league first time in 1969, right, going up to the second last match of the season, and the pressure was on week in, week out, week in and week out. And you have to live with that, and you have to do it, and you get over that line, Liam. There's no doubt about that. And like the Liverpool players of this year, as you were saying now, have to do that. They just have to do it. But I think they will do it. I think you think they'll do it. I think they'll do it. But we wait and see. But you have to get it done. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that's worrying, lads. Klopp's record at Dortmund and before that at Mainz is for blowing titles. He did win 2 Bundesligas with Dortmund, but also they had some really severe disappointments. And so far with Liverpool, obviously they lost the Europa League final in 2016 to Seville when they should have won, and they lost the Champions League final last year when they didn't have a goalkeeper, but I wouldn't hold that against him. But he has got a record in his career as a coach of actually missing out, so that has to be factored into the equation as well. But as I say, I mean, players have to stand up really and be counted.